2025, we held a meeting with Accra House of Folk, even though they are our arch rivals, to deliberate on the need to take some steps to compare the Ghana Football Association to make some reforms in our game. Subsequently, both clubs submitted a joint petition to the Ghana Football Association on the 7th day of February 2025, and its contents are well known to you. Even before we presented the petition, the GFA had invited all the Premier League clubs to a meeting in Accra, and at the said meeting, some of the issues that we had raised in our petition were addressed. A few days later, the GFA came out with an 18-page working document titled The Enhanced Match Day Safety and Security Protocols 2025 as part of the immediate steps to help improve safety and security at our match venues. And I believe that by now, you have all read through and equipped yourselves with the new measures. And we hope that as you do your programs, you will keep on educating the football fraternity for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, even though we have commended the GFA for its swift response in addressing some of our immediate concerns, especially on matters of security, some of our proposals are yet to be addressed. But of course, they are basically long-term issues which cannot be dealt with now. In a nutshell, we agree that the measures which the FA have come out with can impact positively on the league as they intend to resume. Accordingly, we wish to assure our supporters and the general public as follows. 1, that we shall ensure strict compliance with and enforcement of the enhanced protocols. 2, we assure all of you that Asante Kotoko shall lead by example. And to this end, we reaffirm our commitment to all the regulations governing the game and declare our unflinching support for all the authorities and the stakeholders towards the common goal of improving the game. We also assure you that we shall demand constant review of the measures governing the game. Ladies and gentlemen, at this stage, I would like to shift my attention to the court issues. And as you are very much aware, so far, 7 persons have been arrested by the Ghana Police Service and have been arraigned before court in 2 separate cases. The first case, we have 3 accused persons, which has the Honorable Bafo, his police bodyguard, and another person. All the 3 are on bail now. The court has granted them bail. So the police informed the court at the last sitting that investigations are ongoing. That case comes off on the 10th of March, referring to the first case. Now, with the second case, there are 6 persons who have been charged, 6 accused persons, out of which 5 have appeared before court. One of them is still at large. That is, he has run away, according to the police. The name is Brahma, popularly known as Rasta. And according to the police, he is the one that they are convinced might have stabbed our brother and friend Poli to death. We believe that the police will continue to intensify their investigations towards the arrest of the 6 accused person. Well, putting all this together, we appreciate that the FA is doing its part, even though the measures are on paper. As I have assured you, we shall ensure strict compliance and enforcement of the measures. we find that almost all the issues that we raised on security have been addressed, except the one on CCTV camera, which the FA has indicated to us that in view of the fact that some of the stadia are owned by the state, it will take the NSA to direct the installation of the CCTV cameras. And you and I know that as you speak now, the NSA does not have a director general through whom we can make the request for the CCTV camera to be installed. And so we take it as one of our long-term proposals, but we shall enforce it in no time. And then, as I have told you, the Ghana Police Service is also doing its part. So we are convinced that they will intensify their investigations, and the court will also continue with their trials. In view of the foregoing, therefore, and with the mandate of the IMC, I would like to declare that based on the happening so far, Asante Kotoko Sporting Club shall be ready and willing to return to the pitch after the burial and the final funeral rites of the late Nana Yao Frimpong alias Poli. And we hope that our supporters and all of you out there will agree with us, considering the fact that football is the career of the youth. As I speak to you now, we also have players that we are paying, and at the end of their contracts, we expect that the contracts shall be renewed. Secondly, we are all under CAF, and very soon the GFA will be compelled to submit the participants for next year's CAF and Confederation, like Champions League and Confederation competitions. So there are timelines. So we have thought it twice that while we continue to seek justice for our brother, the league and therefore football activities cannot go on, and we are fully prepared to go with the FA. Finally, I take the opportunity to express the deepest appreciation of the IMC, our supporters, the families of Nana Poli, the widow, and all of you, to His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Oseidu II, the life owner of the club, for his support so far, especially for taking charge of all the expenses so far incurred in the death and its related matters. I will not forget the seriousness with which the government has attached to this case through its agents, the Minister for Sports and Recreation, the Ghana Police Service led by the IGP, the Ashanti Regional Minister, the Ashanti Regional Police Command, the Ghana Football Association, the GACA, the press, and last but not least, our cherished supporters. We appreciate them so much. Thank you.
Right, gentlemen, I was say Obo Bibia Tofama Amaina, and says a job for us or Santi, whatever my whole question. Open down, the amount of chance. So, one man chance, one answer. If you want to follow up, please let me know if we can give you the follow up. Right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I remember after the sad incident, the next day on Monday, the fans of Kotoko announced their plans to boycott matches of the club if safety measures are not put in place. In your speech, you said that even though some are not implemented, but you have been convinced that what the FA has been doing. I want to find out, have you guys, the management, engaged the supporters, convinced them to raise any expenses on matter that by boycott Champions League?
All right, me that's me. Okay, yeah.
No.
Asem ba no na ye hu de ekọ. Nti na ma ye ba out say the adwumadie nyinaa to na my supporters nso no ɛbɛka bi ba wɔn mebɛyɛ adwene sɛ nkutahodie bebree akɔso anamantuo out akɔso ɛno nti no yɛntimi ntoa so asɛ kyenkyena atwan a yɛnte ase ma bɔɔl bɔ nkɔso ɛyɛ kɔtɔkɔ no ɛtini for football yɛwɔ mmerante a yɛtwa ɔmo ka yɛwɔ nhyehyɛ bebree ase sɛ yɛyɛ nti yɛgye di sɛ deɛ akɔsoɔ no ɛma yɛnya resemu sɛ toa so sɛ yɛ adeɛ a biribi papa bɛfiri mu aba nti yɛn no ne mu nyinaa na ɛni kɔ ase yɛte da na yɛbɛkɔ so a de egya agu ɔmo so na baabi yɛ sɛ sɛ ɛkɔ wie no akɔ wie nti saa gyidie no ne resemu no ɛna yɛwɔ nti yɛgye di saa afei deɛ ɛsɛ yɛma kwan na bɔɔlo sa ɛtoa so. Supporters no yɛn kɔba nyinaa no biribiara ni hɔ a ɛyi ɔmo firi mu in fact meetings ɛkɔ so wɔ secretariat yɛn nyinaa ne mpanimfoɔ baabi a ɔmo nyinaa ka ho ndeɛ no ɔmo nyinaa na yɛde nkuta ho a yɛtumi abɛtu saa ɛgyina yɛn.
Your name, media house, please.
Yeah, David Mohammed. I work with Channel 1 TV City FM. Lawyer, your statement, you said you are convinced with the measures that the FA has put in place for you. In case football resumes and let's say something of sort or you've not seen any improvement, what will be your decision?
Yes, you say I didn't see any intimate encounter, but it's our right to say, baby, you're very sure that the right things are done. All of us together. So let us hope. Said the SSA in your so we shall insist on our rights in several ways. Impo, say, Ekobasa says, I boycott and right. Ayo.
Husband security protocols. Some of your clients say, oh, baby. Now, do one security arrangement. Okay, then up to your expert here. Put me a job on. And see, there are so many ways. Right, yeah. To assure you, say, Obi and then go to Chachasa. Right, yes.
Kotoko was the biggest loser in everything that happened because at least the club lost a fan.
Yeah.
Football is about to resume, but I still believe that Kotoko still has more to do than any other person. So you have been meeting Alex and the rest. There are thousands of your supporters at home who are peeved, who given the opportunity to strike. I know what I'm talking about because I've been in this business for a very long time. So for you as a club, the job on you is even bigger. You that you have lost a supporter, you still have a job to ensure that we lost one person, we are all crying, we are all grieving. That it will not recur, or your supporters will not be provoked to strike. Apart from agreeing to play football, what are you doing so that those peeved supporters, the day that we did the vigil, there was one old man who saw Ivan Okote and asked, what we could say, so that thing gave me a certain impression that even though the boy is a Kotoko player, he still feels that Wakai said, we are training Kotoko fear. So what can we do so that the fans who are far away from us, not Alex and Chairman K5, they don't fight, I want to go. What can we do to let them feel that we must really forget about the issue that happened? Because to our surprise, somebody may strike and then Kotoko will now be the accused and we may have a lot of jobs to do.
Medasi, the enhanced protocols no. To do no ye bambo honsem. E say ina se itimi di adwuma. Di e di adwuma ebeboa. Etoso mienu. Yen supporters no omo wo mpanifo da oma no. Di aduru no yen kyerɛkyerɛ ene kasa kyerɛ ene se ene media ni na no moboa yen. Na ye hyase enem no mo kasa ya sese meeting with the leadership of the supporters. Na we free ya to so ha. Na mo mo hunu se di aduru ni o tie ene den. Ti bro omo no e ko kyerɛ akɔ no various platforms nyinaa so no education no ɛkɔ so megye sɛ nipa no dɔɔso asɛmba foforɔ a ɛna ɔyaw no so na sɛdeɛ woka yi megye sɛ nnɛ sɛ wɔfrɛ supporters na akoma kɔ ɛkɔ fam kakra ɛsan awerɛhyɛmu a yɛyɛ de mɔmɔ ne deɛ anamontuo papa a management bɛtu ɛne circus leadership no nyinaa bɛtu o ɛfa court nsɛm ho ɛfa sɛ yɛhwɛ sɛ gye efiri nneɛma no bɛyɛ adwuma no so mu sɛ yɛn mpanimfoɔ a wɔyɛ no yɛhwɛ ma na yɛ adwuma a megye sɛ obi a yɛn adwene sɛ ɔkɔyɛ biribi basabasa biara nti me nua wobusa ya nkyerɛkyerɛ ne kasakyerɛ ɛne awerɛhyɛmu bɛnya wɔ yɛ mu anammɔn a yɛbɛtu efiri ne ɛkɔ no ɛnyɛ sɛ bɔɔl no bɔ no ara na ɛyɛ dɛ ne yɛbɛbɔ na mmom no wɔbɛhu sɛ ampa supporters mpanimfoɔ yi mu management a moda ya no mu yɛ deɛ yɛn supporters yɛpɛ ama yɛn because sɛ asɛm no yɛbɛdi akyiraa ama na kɔ wie nti sɛ yɛama na ani yɛ mu a megye sɛ akoma bɛtɔ yɛ mu of course yɛn nso yɛwɔ yɛn internal security emergency a yɛde gu kwa mu a nso bɛboa yɛn nyɛ ne nyinaa na yɛbɛtumi aka na kɔnte but I can assure them say there are a lot of measures here yɛbɛtumi aboa ma nneɛma sesa.
Lawyer, so in your joint statement released on 7 February, the two clubs
Mr. Richard Akoto, now in charge of administration for Asante Kotoko. In Chichima Budema Central for Asante Memo. When they come to Kotoko issues, no many idea. But the most important thing is Asante Kotoko I agree say that Ghana Football Association be decided say league in San resume, you know. They are ready to honor the Ghana Premier League. And Fast Football Association, they are planning to start first week of March. So if anything is to go by there, I will not be surprised this particular weekend. Ghana Premier League between Ashas here. You know, per the fixtures no Kotoko. First leg game no away game Amoko Winchi to play against Young Apostle before they come home to play their home game. And prior to that home game no. The midweek Thursday on the 6th of March. Now, Kotoko supporter when you baby call Poli ne no airbaso that weekend no Asante Kotoko will play a home game. Kumasi Baba our sports studio ma. That is already yet. It tells you say, you know, preparation are ongoing. Unse obekaya last week Nyan and TSA Kotoko resume training in preparing for other sporting activities about Room. And I like the way you know, even though no official confirmation by no preparation goes. In fact, time a league no on break no, you break players no. So who come residents are not the various gym work no money idea no. Ego so coso. And almost started a year full training just last week. So at least you'll be able to get more than 10 days proper training before the resumption of the Ghana Premier League. So make I say a good thing as I talk about Bokuno and then impending for putting in place. I'm hoping say break like this never you can put things in place a bit more boama who season and on and off no a bit more recandle be now when you're the best out of these players and there were other players who were injured in the Kotoko team. I'm sure say with this kind of break you know some of these players could be back into the team. Obekaya before they play their game against Inswante, they say private buy no. injury situation by a player a prepare or park on so supporter actually in Nkwano. The other players who were injured are Obokada Man Consort at my hobby. The likes of Albert Samoa was one of them, Imano Kote was one of them, and other players in the team no me prepare. And other players, Biswa no Munye Bimbo, sure so much may take advantage of these things. Prepare very well for the resumption of the Ghana Premier League. So, Freddie Kasari was one of the players, Fatal was one of the players. I'm hoping, say, league name resume, they could be available and play for Asante Kotoko, and they will be competitive enough to compete for the Ghana Premier League. Oh, hell, boy, Baby Gold Stars was one of the best teams. Heart of Folk was one of the best teams. Bando Heart of Lands was one of the best teams. The same as Asante Kotoko. Looking at the points build up and Muntema na EDC in the Ghana Premier League, they all would like to come back and make sure, say, to compete well in the Premier League. So I'm happy, say, officially, Asante Kotoko confirm, say, that Football Association they decided, say, league name resume, they are ready to honor it and make sure, say, in the Ghana Premier League. So, so how in Komomoko, or also Kasai about hooliganism, especially when in Central Football, say, all the security measures. Football Association need to go akwenmu e kobasa de o ma ka kire omo any paper so de na omo ne house kan omo ti bo omo de corporate mo omo kan say some of them almost started that and some of them too they will agree with them no say kobasa anye adwuma what would they do safuduku eyi say some of these things omo kan no anye adwuma they will take other measures including even boycotting the league again. So it tells you say Kotoko ejina omo na so ever so make sure message sanyamani oh your football mo and I think say I like the way lawyer Safudugu yi insani bia from the background as a lawyer as a communicator when you offer so yi insani that is what Asante Kotoko needed at this particular period. I think say we yi insani ni pa going forward no it will help the club nana.
Hi Joe. Interesting developments from Kumasi.
Refreshing news. Said okay. I think say nana any follower of your local football no any beji say after some weeks of unrest issues Bibri nana Kotoko has agreed to return to our football and I think say
all right. We'll go back to Kumasi. Okay, sorry.
Sure.
Sorry for my interruption.
Oh, nah.
Yeah, but some Kumasi. You could Kumasi near Kwakofa. The the happenings at the press conference. Now, yet me on the I think it's going to shape the discussion we're having here.
In comparison quality, and the NIA share matches the channel to go on there. And the first day, British can get it. In the Yanto, there is a player. And also, and I said, this behind one for broadcasting engineer, and what's but they carry a long term issues now. Any information say it does not.
Okay, question of time. But one thing is also from the other team, the Shasia, any broadcast right. So that invitation to be acted on the way I better sure I speak my participants. Abba, not FA so it's many another class. And because of that, the FA national sacrificing the percentage and what this process now channel. As the way of communicating about what the money. Let's be the cargo, but you are a fire fast one. Almost with many strong the song should have a normal one. And Susanna said, "You can tell the TV you are, come home, and party no more. You know, we have passed the one league, no, sir. I quit it. This when you ask my participants, it's my move for it. All right. Follow up on the chief right now. And you know that there are some instances where maybe ordinary supporters of journalists are being disallowed or banned from taking footage at major stadiums. Now the CCTV cameras might have been installed, all right. And then these are team officials who are going to man those CCTV cameras. So in case there's any security lapses or any incident that happens at the stadium, how convinced are you that they will certainly bring those footages for the perpetrators to be penalized?
I have my business in we say at the premise conference meeting, technical meeting. It says the local so much in the military. So if clubs need to say, and the civil station way to cover match now, other the home to manage waiting meeting, technical meeting. It says the local so much in the military. So if clubs need to say, and the civil station way to cover match now, other the home to manage waiting be any quite say, or preventing the flow. Ekobasa ebetimi ama eja abonobo na asotwe no akọ home team no so eze no wa ba bibia no enhye no asotwe no modu ebetimi ebedite clubs from in quote misbehaving and to be rest assured say it will be decided that the pre-match we about prevent bia no betimi eja match no na what face the consequence maybe this a club we am pese obekosa amane no.
And I think that the whole kind now, but say security camera no, and I say oh no, the pretty, and your home club, and that's home team there. A security aspect, the security may take over. Yeah. And your club official, and that's will be there for exactly.
In fact, there is an agency, National Signals Bureau. They are in charge of those.
On say, as I say, no region, you're more far regional sports security officer, and you be in charge for signing them, and your club official, and your club exactly. That's
right. Blackson, then later I'll come to you.
Lawyer, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
They come Blackson, some party days on
right.
Lawyer, your call in so trainer when you could see him. The Indian Kenyan in Tiano supporters now they were complaining, say, or mobile was supporters in the also very talented. And these things are cost while over could be home or say, the bound or we say. It is hard to mean so maba the young. Sir, and your man, a Ghanian Kotoko, ebe ye dia prevent says will be body home or beman the needed treatment. Now, Kobase, or non so cold be home, or be becase, me baho, we ye say, and I want to hear me say, ye call or was a million out way. Kotoko security for the jail phone, say, O chat Martin. Some man in media for then I'm obeying their way because your baha, your footage is and all that. They prevent
or report to you. But or report to you. It's an incident this year, wasn't it?
Sure, or report to me later upon Martin of the lawyer.
let me on say, you know, league now, you will be product. Want to be more remember say, will be product, no quite an alcohol. Even your cry club and I able match. Over so like record the match now, you have to pay a fee. You watch what I say. And to be product, the mean is all courses here. I'm a bow ram one and a far from semi crowd. Madaroma. So, what must say?
Administrator, let me clarify that. So, I'm sure that decision taken by whoever did that might have been an instruction from me. Because usually when the games are going on, the General Secretary of the FA, they are monitoring and they're calling, hey, we've seen that someone is streaming. So please stop that. So if it happens that way, it's more than likely that I gave the direction to whoever did that to prevent the person from streaming. So it's not as if the security didn't want anybody to, you know, take pictures or whatever. But if you are seen streaming, then I am obliged to make sure that doesn't happen. Whether we have a broadcast rights holder or we have a partner with the GFA, it's their product. So whatever they tell us with regards to streaming, we have to respect that. So I apologize for that, but it was my decision to alert them to prevent anyone from streaming. Thank you. Yes.
And to assure you further, no. Ebia nima bia koso emre bia twam ina na ene efe na hu say na bibi to chin nti yefa bibi mra masesa inga so Kotoko ya 100% ewe home bibi akoso na anye yi a menyi ni se bisibi nti munya that assurance from us.
There is this discussion say Kotoko binyan security service on the team during away matches or even home matches. And we had an interview at security now on more CC and supporters need to find your own. science channel about on board. Someone discuss. So going forward, mobile security service, or maybe team personal security service, and I said, send a science channel.
The security of the team, our team.
Major say, Kotoko Yama out say, go first security for Biaba. You see, security wants some abano, I take interest. Abano, a bet say, a baby sooner say, Yakoba Benes, a being say, a buy baby mom, I say, a boy on buyer, a banner bay. Abana is prepared to do that. If it has to take Abana, say, Obama, extra security now as civil lives, a bay. But near young woman, Yakope extra security, yeah, a my quasi young security coordinator, only a buying security for Belize. Now, if he still was a bit in woman, on better and Nipemo Abwa. Name of first say, yet the soldier answer police for too kindly. Abana intelligence, yes, or yes, Abana prepared say, Obama, any other club.
And to add up to the all kind of, you know, new enhanced security protocols on Abana. Ediama, private security, allow crime. Ediama, private security, allow crime on last. See, me that's it.
All right.
For everybody,
Yes.
Now to for please, with regards to security updates, modifications, no more. But aside say all papers, so one mobile running test, and I say mobile kind of dummy exercise a week or two, and I say mobile trainer on the day of the match, and I'm going to say BBR being implemented because on paper they're very different. In reality, now it's different. It gave you a community volunteer supporters give you security for never around, you can come and then now come out running through. Number who lapses in won't say yeah. They try say you rem at this point. Time and no late 5 minutes. The engineer between them traffic CDC so that we can compare because if the BIA paper, I think so on the D-Day you might face challenges. How are you going about that?
This is a match you cause. I don't see how when you say you go first grade see a bit more possible. There's a competition. Nemo no amodini na begina pre-match. This is a bit go only before the start of the game. You better insist on the right things to be done. And one in the test case, say you expect 120 security personnel. My yes started. I'm not saying baby. You support you buy, you say hide your mom go to red stands. You see mom kwa, you see your young baby. In this test now can you know. You better test before the start of the game. Two opposing supporters have been sharing now with me and the feel of it. But that's it.
just before
Why you now kind of security? See, no one say first I say about category A matches. If you can share a can security issues and sana pre-match no craba. You see match is in as an number.
Yeah.
In 120, if you are Wednesday, 129 or about the kind of Sunday. To make sure say obi our kabia is accurate. Yes, or the figure for one service. You say no man want to say assassin. Right, and we assure you say any party, but I assure you say BB is our intimate sir. Right.
Occupying young people, also matches, ambulance being. How is the club taking that up? Should something happen, then there has to be an ambulance taking one of these young lads apart. Because the NYC team bus now this year.
Yeah, in fact, yeah, now you were health personnel but what can you know? You better say ambulance Nakatazo.
And I'm one white and act as an ambulance.
Very well. The last match we all witnessed it. Team doctor and assistance in the now. But you better say ambulance also is enforced because they're very important. Thank you.
Right, so well noted.
Yes, sir.
Stakeholders, league lunch the everything. Likely data,
and no be free FA for no. Yeah, in the area, 2 FNM say. It was a man a dear to my dear to do baby a mamma and mamma here. See, in the a bribe young one say, Yakra edition at you cry. If you could be if any don't say, but yeah, even to know in a to animal. The FNM decided. I don't think that's to speak now. There's any official communication as to when the league will restart. Yeah.
lawyer, Matu, Casano, from position, just say, any time I have after the burial.
That's right.
Now, but I was in the sea, players they were charged. But on come back, will you speak against the charges or you comply with the charges and will?
And the administrative issues. If you know, quite say, maybe I acquire two separate players on whoever is involved. Say, be you one. As I speak to you now, you have already a defense call. And it's left to the FA to come out with its verdict. And the normal administrative course of the year. And they can abide the so in the players, no, as I speak to you now, you're charging them, you're filing a defense, you're trying the outcome.
Any more 3 questions, Blacks, and then Nettle and Michael to take the last 2. So Blacks.
Actually, I don't 1 week. I did only 1 week.
Right.
I did say 6 months, and I did my update and say no. Let's say on the funeral day, say now to compare for the number.
You 6 March date na kan no e da so gina mu sada no holiday you say sada ni betima kai poli you pa anopa no be ahomachi be nonum na yarida no awda mpaso a omanfo betimi abetwa ne ho hia ane na di engrade etwato ibegina mu akosi be nsia ne fa 6:30 na nkofo abaya mamre o maba kire ade se de ye no ade si de o de sie na fe around 8:30 na sori fo nso atiku ba no me de awufosom abeto aso na ya sori ne bibia mamre se Kotoko supporters bia bia no other supporters group bia makwan no bia ba kire ne de na ebono ndukra ade ya na se
conference yeah the bema ahwefo ni etifo na bibia etimi akonkan Josiah.
Yeah, no. I think as you said, it's official and confirmed. Kumasi Asante Kotoko will be returning to Ghana football, and I think that it's a piece of great news for us. But now I'd say that it's good having them back, but UTA in Komona Ekoso Presana, Nana, it's all centered around security and how the new measures. For me, I thought that these measures were already in place. Nana, there were regulations, and I was saying for huge man, but sadly, along the line, no, as a gumukaka, into it's all about how we can enforce all these measures. Idea Guaquim. And 120 police personnel, ambulance personnel, and all these things. Now, I think that the wounds are still fresh. Until everyone will pay premium attention to all these things. But I'm just hoping, say, it will still serve as a great lesson for us. So maybe 3 months, 4 months, 5 months away, you know. We wouldn't go back to how it used to be again. Now you kobobo na yenya police bakum yenukra we feel say oh we are good to go. You get a point. I just feel say a lot can be done. And for Kotoko, I would also commend them for the respect they've shown to emulate support. Say until everything is done, they are not returning. And I think that now a date has been fixed. Osha, I think that the set of March, which is a holiday, and a lawyer Safudugu Echichimuno say he would be late, maybe ambition. Then, you know, when they are done with everything, then I think say normalcy can resume again. But now I would say say the efforts of all the parties involved, it needs to be commended. the FA, Galka, the Kumasi Asante Kotoko Sporting Club, the remaining 17 Premier League clubs, even including Accra Hearts of Oak, the Ghana Police Service, Nana, I think everyone has been very, very cooperative. And ENG Bebre say would get to see one of the biggest clubs in our football, Nana, opt to come back again. For me, I'm quite elated, but I also believe so until say the late Francis Frimpong will be buried. Nabibia Adedino, Nana, we would still keep our ears firmly to the ground. But for now, no, Nana, with the news, I would say it's good news, and we'll be hoping. So we'll definitely get to see Kumasi Asante Kotoko in action, Nana.
All right, thank you very much, Josiah. I am Max 89.7. We're also live on Max TV, NNT Shannon Sumayan. Now we'll talk about the MTN FA Cup. Around of 16 major shockers. You can't just believe they see FA Cup weekend way. Hey, Charlie. And a chair, a goal stars 4-3 on penalties after say game 9 the goalless. Now Sunday the nenye crowd golden kick and now Omni House of Folk the Bomu after 90 minutes. Obi Antima Shani Nyonko and a has Edin Kugo on penalties 4-3. Mediama Ebo 1-1 within regulation time. Park Academy Eshe Mediama 4-2 on penalties. Brekum Chelsea Eshe Norton City 4-1. Karela She Young Apostles 1-0. Techiman Liberty Youth SSO any Bechembo goalless, but Bechem United qualified by beating Liberty Youth 4-3 on penalties. Then True Democracy they beat former champions Nania FC by a year 5-4 after say game Nankasa AND a year 1-1. Yankwa Omane so na the experienced Oloboy Commodore of the MTN FA Cup committee entry and Komo about the work put in place for a successful round of 16 weekend. Hi, Chairman, good morning.
Good morning.
Bacho Bibiaboko. Yade radia say na mumuso anano efiada besi enra. Dudwana Eboma Basu say as a committee, more raise bar in terms of security protocols enhancement. Then I walk off home.
Oh, me can say as a committee, me can say GFA. GFA now raise bar no, and committee no. Me expect say we ever call round to all official matches, and yes, say we have 200 police officers all the time. Me this say ever to me as possible. We be na me coordinate to bad no. Bisa police for mumba bibre come feel say mo do so to but say those one just say also nti find say but maybe some say mo no man no say no want to me amami no man no I can say me give the list of police officers mumba mo nya mo din na me no man na me buy because who nya say e be obi ye bibi na ye hwehwe so police na but me am say we na buy we one baby so okay main knife issue no
yeah
many there were arguments say
about identity yeah
say no need duty but no more the person can hear more duty I won't say takwa too I won't various venues no I won't say police work up me will put say across. Na time now, I'm going back park no so here. Oh, say and you say about 2:30, about 3 and sana police forever. And sometimes club say starting match and sana umuba. No we want number 4 and now 3 and now 2. Sometimes when you cry, there's a referee who say there's much security. I'm going to do match. I'm going to sometimes intimidation in account enough of self-station. Referees no ebi so fairly said say we were mistake human error. issue or I said the money. It means me hope say with the security available. That is no bet me match my matches no year.
Obi say
of any intimidation.
Yeah. Obi say FA Cup ena yehu ye obviously in response to demands are Ghana for about with regards to security. We are convinced that yekwe enim no yebehu arrangement way across your Premier League need a Division 1 nana.
You see a challenge to the police. Seriously, to say my mind, Njindi say police for but I hope say they put me to shame.
Wow, but issue who raise here no so very key. Say in moving forward no, you detail you more. We should know the identities first. Any omududuo. I say that's just 70.
That's a mistake. Because some police officers who sometimes mukauna never be say or various centers. No, so experience about whom sometimes na police no better to catch refugees. Na na coffee pepe or cancer happen. Also a local police officer. So local police officer they are not real. They are telling you that they cannot protect you. Who is a reference no be on the country? Say police officer you can't be say. You na young coffee in peace.
Interesting. Now let's talk about the football. Major shockers. Hazoboka out. Mediama out. Bibiani Gold Stars out. Nania former champions out. Your impressions about the outcome of the games during the weekend?
Yes, as you know, a slogan here. The
Obia
buy FA Cup there. Usually, but although Maka previously after the ballot said, I wish I can see Asante Kotoko in the finals. But you see, it's just a wish. We come true. So very good, sir. Much is you know. So by your one so now we share. So can't you say we should want him any premium now. You cannot see the difference. I can say that we should want to move forward ahead in terms of tactical play, you know. Oh, you see, FA Cup there, I'm very impressed. I like the way things went, although I have my own wish.
And you can assure Ghanaians of a far better quarterfinals moving into the finals.
Yes, but quickly, say, now let's see if we can have two Division 1 teams in the finals.
Hey,
and who could that be? Because I have not played yet.
That's true.
They are going to play a Division 1 team. And I think according to the features, Kotoko will be playing away. So
yeah,
I don't know what will happen. Yeah,
but there's a likelihood they'll bring that game to Babayara.
For why would that be so? What they did for Art of Folk?
Said the Moya.
It was not the FA that allowed that. So it was security concerns. Yeah, it was for security concerns. So, and I would have wished that the match was played in another stadium which does not host Accra House of Folk. But and that will be the Oyinija, which is now being reserved for international match. So I would say that it's understandable. But what we expected didn't happen. The David that killed Goliath.
Interesting. All right. Yeah, that's it. Now, me pacho Oli Baba Premier.
Very sure. Very sure of that. Yeah, Obi Ankoda.
Chale na buto chairman. On why for no nsuro mo.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. You know, we never season last match.
Wow. Charlie.
You know, we never. Now, me feel say Time I do any much, you know. Yaji league dada.
Now Port City for now, omunya contenders.
Some of contenders, some of contenders say. But one can say who can say one for positive free.
I say wo Olympics any positive mumumi ansana do na sim betima qualify and maybe Oko United.
Also can.
And ebe dia mo Olympics o.
Oh, but say maybe an can say but this an can afa. Dia mo bia any CEO mediama wine say you could two bet to wine. One bet to ama
Park Academy.
Nobody. And that is football. To wish. And you have to work towards it. And one I say Olympics, they qualify before the last match.
We wish you all the best. Thank you for talking to Max TV.
Thank you very much too.
That's Oloboy Commodore or a chairman. A Great Olympic CEO and I was a vice chair of the MTN FA Cup committee. So Obia, as the slogan really says.
By the grace of God, Premier First Division, Second Division, Third Division, Odia, MTN FA Cup. We are waiting by the grace of God, Premier First Division, Second Division, Third Division, Odia, MTN FA Cup. We are waiting by the grace of God, Premier First Division, Second Division.
Coach Abubakar Watara baby awobia michawo coach na ze mentunka oh kafa say enkra na you free. Okay, let's get the reactions from the coaches. Takwa de na shock amount for yentie coach Ibrahim Tanko casualty in Takwa Abra Park Academy ekoyi mediama a free competition mo. Let's hear from Ibrahim Tanko in some more the buy.
Game not very well. Man was so on shootout. I can't remember.
And first of all, I think honestly, I'm very disappointed that we are out at this stage. And like you said, MTN FA Cup or any cup match, there is no minor Division 1 or second division. I told them before the game, if you bring 80% and Park bring 100%, definitely they will beat you because they also know how to play. So, and first half was very, very disappointing performance, but I think in the second half we did well, but the goal did not come. So it's very unfortunate that we are out. And yeah, I'm very sorry to the fans. We hope that the next games will be better. Yeah, I'm very disappointed.
Coach, substitution. Nipa Ebre say substitutions are we nanka CDB na o left winger no. Omu na nanka say omu complete 90 minutes. But I come here say changes now we no mum no and shut down your day any result. So on your substitution and then I'll come.
Well, I don't think Kelvin played very bad. I think he's one of the best players today, based on the confidence we have going forward. Yeah, with CDB also, we think we have to give him chance because of the training and how he trained and all these things. So it's always like this. If you lose, people will have their view, and that is also okay. But as I said, we are very disappointed, and then we are looking forward to the next game.
So, on penalty shootout, the players, you know, and I come up with say now almost finishing in here in terms of penalties. Media man, yeah, penalties training and then Ankasana a bad day.
I mean, we are training very well, and I was surprised because in training, Obiano was saying, and even before say Bekiki, I told them it's not different between training and now. So everyone has to concentrate. But that is football. Sometimes you train and score, but when it comes to the game, unfortunately, you didn't score. So I think, like I said, I now know the players, I know the character, so definitely going forward is going to help me.
The losing side, Mediamas Ibrahim Tanko, the former Borussia Dortmund striker. Ona Oshe Nesisi Atin and Kao Max TV and Max FM. Coach Abubakar Watara. There's some body in there. I'm saying chance why you double no. You in a FA Cup no. You take Coach Watara.
Congratulate our team who do well to get the carrying the what do you call the qualification. The problem we are playing very bad. We didn't play our game. Very, very bad. The boys are more losing confidence, I think. But I will talk to them. Not too much. Not too much. We lose confidence when we start missing the goals and the chances, all the chances. That's the problem. We are going to talk. We are talk to them and they say we lose Ramsey also in the first half. We get big injury. We can't continue. That's the point. Yes, but not too much. After that, we create the chances, but we didn't score. I think I learned the list. The big listener is every match is important. Don't underrate anybody. If you underrate something, that's the thing. We are thinking about the league.
We are thinking about the league after they exited the FA Cup. So Fifi spoke to us on Friday, right? Fifi Pakans, and the coach of Golden Cake. Okay, yeah. Let's hear from the young coach Fifi.
Actually, we dominated. You see the game here. We try to be ourselves, play our style, and make sure we create chances, which we did, but we couldn't convert any of the chances that we created. Yeah,
and we can see from in fact in the first half and also in the second half, you dominated Accra Hearts of Oak. What did you tell your boys?
Yeah, that's our style. We love to keep the ball. We love to create, keep the ball. That's our hallmark. We always, any team that we play, we dominate the team. So I told them that no, this Accra Suffolk, we know that they are good side, but we have to play our style. We don't have to let their seniority frustrate us. We have to make sure we keep our head down. We the boys did exactly what I told them, and we get the win.
Well, what is next for Golden Cakes?
Yeah, next week I think we are going back to the league, so we'll stay focused. We'll keep working hard. Where we feel like we have to improve on, we'll go and work on that. Then, yeah.
That's Fifi Parker Hansen speaking to our friend and brother Gideon Otrenim Gattuso after the game at the University of Ghana Stadium in Legon. And indeed, the FA Cup doesn't cease to surprise Ghanians. Say, Ubia Air Train Protocol. 11 wise, that's a derby. Big one. Air Kotoko neighbor home. And our wise neighbor home. Wise neighbor home. And the number one is second D.
Kotoko Buffy.
Kotoko Buffy. Kotoko Buffy. Wow. Okay. So we'll have to do boxing. Boxing arena will be coming on the sports park in a few minutes. Nana Otechi Anderson. Ni brainy. Inti Obadane no kwa. Na afi. We talk about the FA Cup, the Black Queens, and then how the Black Stars boys in Europe and elsewhere are performing to catch the eyes of Otoado ahead of the World Cup qualifiers. Ebaso, Max TV. We're live around the world on www.maxfmlive.com and live on radio and live on TV. And I say, Koma, Abuafo Etaichi, Emedi Jumede, Ebro, Kivo Foods Adama, and into home the Kivo 4-in-1 Gary Soaking Mix Abajomu, Abribia Mekan for Kivo 4-in-1 Gary Soaking Mix Namao, Donya, Eninsu, now when you Ukuruabi, and as the wide when you Chancey be, now una okronum, into Ewunya, Selbako, to and Kati Garinko, Asichenko, in all of it, Yena, Yakan for Kivo. 4-in-1 Gary Soaking Mix Amao, Kivo Adama, and this sports park no air brown. Sadwadi nkra to FDA a tintim so ena yeso ye the air brown. Max Mega Cash Lucky Box promo. The legitimate way to make money. Mega Bucks. Star 426 star 8 hash. Star 426 star 8 hash. Max Mega Cash Lucky Box promo. Sikai Moja. Sikani Bema. The best time, the best moment to make money right now from your mobile phone. It's cheap and it's real. And into our phone. What I dial is star 426 star 8 hash. And I'll call your website Neswa www.max.com.gh. This is your chance to win 50,000 Ghana cedis, and it's just a box away from you. Choose a lucky box now and win big. Max Mega Cash is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform for persons 18 years and above. Remember, terms and conditions apply.
Na first one me de betudwa sisi ano ukọ boxing news and I say ukọ every boxing website the obia can say we've got a new champion in the light heavyweight.
Right.
Now why am America? Dimitri Bivol.
Right.
Dimitri Bivol and Arthur Better BF last year omokoye on the undisputed light heavyweight title. Na championship na belt akuku down. Also, we talk about the WBA light heavyweight world title, WBO world light heavyweight title, IBF world light heavyweight title, WBC world light heavyweight title, and even the IBO and even special undisputed titles
right.
About 6 or 7 world titles. And last year, Arthur Better BF defeated Dimitri Bivol.
Right.
Then there was a rematch clause. This year, weekend here that was Saudi Arabia. Rematch in the course. Dimitri Bivol and Arthur Better BF. At the end of the fight, Dimitri Bivol and a winning over Arthur Better BF. Making Dimitri Bivol the one boxer which may defeat 2 reigning undisputed world champions. He did it on Saul Canelo Alvarez. That was about 3 years ago. Then now he is the current. You see how we defeat Arthur Better BF. Better BF is a monster in the light heavyweight. But for Dimitri Bivol to win and get his revenge, that tells you what Dimitri Bivol is capable of doing. See, I just say trilogy ebe baswa because that is what people are wishing for. The first one went for Better BF, second one for Bivol. Now we are looking forward to see, say, if the trilogy ebe basso. Nana, Dimitri Bivol, onyan revenge over air Arthur Better BF. In some kakra, on also edituja, yankoni kuti niembra.
Right.
Just trying to following my plan, my plan for the fight. We knew that he could start from the beginning, from the first round he could start pressuring, but my task was just keep moving, be focused and counter punch. After the fight I came to Bitter Beef and I told him, Arthur, I respect you so much because when I was young and I came to national team I was looking after you, how you are training, and you were the number one. I really respect you and I want to shake your hand and say thank you for this fight. And we shake hands. And he said thank you for the fight also, and this is sport. Yeah, this is what happened. You are a good fighter also. And then we had another talk. He came, but he didn't. But he said like, I will not shake hand now because we will have third fight. And it was in the normal way, not like arrogant, you know. It was fine. I said.
Oh, and his words after his revenge over Arthur Better BF. Now, Kofu Bebre reading meanings into the handshake side, no, because
right.
now Dimitri Bivol extending a hand say or Kwakuchia Arthur Better BF, but Arthur Better BF say Unchiano. But people wanted to know what really happened. And Dimitri Bivol say, oh, it was not in an arrogant way. It was just a normal way. Now because growing up he looked forward to Arthur Better BF.
Right.
You know, Arthur Better BF did that because he felt say there should be a third fight between them. You know, the business is not yet done.
Sure.
You know, person on the third fight and Sana, one man in the handshake.
Right.
Now, talking about the trilogy, you know, Nana, promoter Bakubi and I say businessman Bakubi ever world has here. Ono na sisi and the bano say boxing. You bet me a stage fighter. Ono no bet me aye. Kromha. Hey, sorry, in the world. Turkey Alan Sheikh.
Right. Saudi
near brand.
Right.
Nana. Akranu Wosika. The man get money. Ne ho bon sika.
Yeah, sisi den opeso ye.
Sisi ane de fighter e koso e wo Saudi Arabia obehu se we ni we ko Tyson Fury ni we ko e Dimitri Bivol ni we ko nyina no. Papa ya e da screen isi ono.
Wow.
E no techire. Sika owo de jai. Owo sika too much. Enti no say trilogy fight na be baso between Dimitri Bivol and Arthur Better BF. Papa we e na ejina no so.
Wow. Interesting.
Turkey Alan Sheikh. Nana, mamen call into the other cards no swear.
All right.
Joseph Parker. So etumi den ewini ewa Martin Bakoli.
Right.
Joseph Parker nanka say oni Abrante friend Daniel Dubois.
What I say?
That was an IBF title. And that's why Dubois be defended and Joseph Parker would have challenged. But just America Craby and Kombekwa Kokono and a news beam say Dubois yare.
Okay.
So he had to pull off. Then now they had a replacement. Martin Bakoli, Abrantia Ofri Congo. Ono no besha name.
Right.
Nana in round 2 pepe and Joseph Parker ye no hujuma.
Yabu Congo in round 2.
Round 2 pepe.
Almost say Ghana for ya. Adai ahoga ko e ko bonu round say.
Oh, that's how I got to me travel here. I call round 5, round 6, round 7. That's how I know they move.
I say ni na yabo.
Round 2, round 5. There's another room.
E kura what to form. Want man ko yabo.
Round 2 pepe. Any a bone.
Terrible.
And Joseph Parker say, oh, I am not me pay. Obi obi to me challenge me.
Better opponent.
Better opponent.
Right.
Better opponent. It you know after the fight. And Joseph Parker say, "Hey, the mo ya na me mpo. Me uni mo nipa ampesa me ni tijina o ring ni mo. Alexander Usyk.
Oh wow.
Oh no, enemy here.
What true challenge ama Usyk?
We challenge the ama Usyk because who said Usyk was in the stand. No ringside.
Interesting. Okay, it's true because I also saw Usyk wearing Al Nassr's jersey in a game of supporting Ronaldo. Okay, so let's hear from Parker.
Joseph Parker.
Right.
I want to say, like, who's next? How do I fight for the world title next? How can I fight for the world title? Well, listen, if Usyk wants a dance partner, I'll get Uncle Frank to come in here and lock in a fight with Usyk if he wants a dance partner. But I want to fight for a world title.
So he throws the challenge to Usyk.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
He said he wants a dance partner, not just a dance partner, but a world title dance partner.
Right.
It was Usyk and Asisia Oyeden or Shosheno. Nana?
Yes, sir.
Agit Kabahal, also in the heavyweight division, also so to me a winnie over a Zili Zhang. Also so there's that fight, they're not very, very interesting because Agit Kabahal in the round 2 got knocked down by the Chinese bankman Zili Zhang.
Yeah.
But the fight traveled to the round 6. Then Agit Kabahal gave a liver shot to Zili Zhang. Zhang into me and
Antiman sorry.
Dabi or Shesana Akrano Eddie fight ne ban so it was so jai. Because Zili Zhang, 43, 44 years old man. Agit Kabahal is young. And as the fight ne travel, na fatigue is setting in on the part of Zili Zhang. Right, Nana. Mamin Kwenim na mema etefon who said Joshua Boachi. He was born in Ghana here, but he's in the United Kingdom.
Okay.
Onosusu was in the card. One brilliant boxing
division bang
or the light heavyweight.
Right.
Dimitri Bibo and Otabeta BF.
Okay.
Banana cards na a course no just weekend we no. I will tip Joshua Boachi and Callum Smith fight no as one of the top. Obi and Jano, nana.
Right.
Obi and Jano. But it's sad for me to announce Joshua Boachi lost to Callum Smith in the light heavyweight championship no more. Joshua Boachi was the one having the WBO belt.
Okay.
It was an interim belt, light heavyweight. But Sanya Konosi Kukono, I call the judges scorecards and almost say, Sanya Callum Smith, the defensive awareness no, higher than Joshua Boachi no. They have to give it to him to Callum Smith. All right, but we look at Obia. Say opponent 2 punch at the mouth, you are able to defend. Joshua Boachi one weakness I want to say. Up the inside fight,
right?
But nana the defensive duties no, I am not like kakra. He feels you always want to walk through every power puncher. The opponent, right? But nana doing that, you know that your opponent is also getting what point over you. This is something that Joshua Boachi saw share. It pain me say Olusu to Callum Smith. Now Callum Smith is the winner of that bout against Joshua Boachi, handing Joshua Boachi his first defeat in his boxing career. Other fights be so koko so ana and so na fine.
Right.
But I'm running to no me jump it off na mako Monday you remu fight back because Japan.
Okay.
Junto Nakatani on David Kuela. This is Japan versus Mexico.
Wow, interesting.
The bantam airweight division.
Bantamweight.
Right. Junto Nakatani is undefeated. David Kuala is also undefeated.
Wow.
Nakatani is a southpaw stance. Kuala is an orthodox stance.
Any reason the fight in Japan?
Because Junto Nakatani is
the one title holder.
Thank you.
Okay, he decides the venue.
Exactly.
Right.
So it is Japan versus Mexico. Intisana ebekono ewo ho.
Right.
Ahana me be air foreign side no. Na me borrow the local side. Local side they only say it is all about fight night 13.
All right.
Nyame ya duma me there be. The Bukum Boxing Arena, IMAX Boxing Sessions.
Fight night 13.
Fight night 13 near the Ashisha so the Belvin Star Professional Boxing League. Now before I sorry so my table no in chat na afedi enkofu after fight night 12
table
ekoso.
Right.
So let's get into a fight night 12 after a fight in the course on the standings ninye. All right. So we still have a Atokwashi
Olidi Ghana Army.
Still leading Ghana Army. Nana over 33 points. That is it on our screen. 33 points. Ghana Army is on the second position with 25 points. Nana, one kasa calculating na share point gap no. is still the 8-point gap. So Ghana Prisons is on the third, 24, Panics fourth, 21, Complex 4, fifth, 19, and Bridge and Sonia occupying the third with 18 points. Flipping over to the other side of the table, that is where we have Fit Square on the 7th with 16 points, Akotoku on the 8th with 15 points, Seaview on the 9th with 12 points, Wisdom Gym on the 10th with 12 points, Discipline on the 11th with 10 points, and Black Panthers still trailing, and they find themselves on the 12th position with 9 points. Nana, this is how the table look after fight night 12. Mijidi said Saturday we be you could fight night 13 we are you be who changes. The standings of the boxing league Ghana has.
Amazing. Thank you very much. NY Nyame Aduma Friday live on Max TV 11 to midday. That's where the comprehensive preview of Fight Night 13 will take place. Ubesha NY Nyame Aduma Friday Ejuada Suso Obaba Kensa said da Juada Bia ye no Max TV and Aushe Max FM now Asugusua Uti. Now we'll talk about the Black Queens of Ghana, okay? The Black Queens of Ghana Elusu to Morocco Ekabakwa Ghana Entimi Ante. There's so many Raja Bebonne. Now after game no ena coach Kim Black Queens coach, the coach of Black Queens so Ekasafa Akense no enti osi inkugo na bade orishe mu se yekoye nim no Black Queens ebe fan ntuma pa efra. I'm sure today they might just get the result they need against Raja. Yentie coach Kim, the Black Queens coach.
This is the worst thing you can have as a coach and as a player. When you work hard for almost the whole game, you deserve at least a draw result. You have the chances to actually win, and then you have a little bit unlucky in the end. The ball bouncing in their direction, and they score when there's almost nothing left. So I'm really proud of the girl. They worked hard. There haven't been so many trainings together. Actually, just one full training. The focus have been like to work as a group and a little bit more with the defense, to be well organized when it comes to like defense set pieces and things like that. And they did an amazing job. So yeah, just a little bit unlucky in the end, but overall I'm happy with the girls.
So overall he's happy. There's a game to play today against Raja. That's it. Accra Sports Stadium approved for Ghana's World Cup qualifiers. That's some news. And so before we move on, let's talk about Ghanaian players and how they fared with their respective clubs outside. We are now Nanedu Josiah, Yaka, Yejemu, Ede, Amawumu, Max 89.7. There were interesting, performances from some of the boys. Ebi share goals, ebi assist, ebi so nina yakambuma yede airbrow enti yesha said in free England. Jordan Ayew ebo 55 minutes. Abra Leicester etina fie Lucy 4-0 to Brentford. Mohamed Kudus, probably one of his best games for West Ham. Abra ojine muma omu share Arsenal Ekabako. Onwani nyuani Chrome ni Thomas Partey. So ebo 90 minutes. Now Antoine Semenyo so bo 90 minutes. Abra Bournemouth Edin Kugo 1-0 to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Tariq Lamptey so bo 67 minutes. Edema Brighton. Abra Womo Eshe Southampton 4-0. Kamaldeen Suleiman about 90 minutes. Edema Southampton. Inaki Williams Eshe go sa assisted ma Bilbao. Abra mo share Valladolid 7-1. Joseph Edu about 65 minutes. Edema Valladolid. Yeah, so Inaki is some good form. Dudona says Obe Ghana. Ebe Twaswana. Abdul Mumin a centre back. Osia Kama Vallecano. Omotina Fie Elusu 1-0 to Villarreal. What I say? Italy so Yakoa Emmanuel Jesse, an own goal for the Ghanian in that game against Atalanta. Augustin Boachi, every bench be ball. Emma Saint-Etienne, Omni Angus, about 3-3. Gideon Mensah and Elijah Usubo 90. Abra Auxerre, Eshe Marseille 3-0. Andrea Yubo 26 minutes. Edmond Lehav, abro mu lose to Toulouse. And there's no about 64 minutes at the Lyon in their 3-2 defeat to PSG. Then in Turkey, Nicolas Opoku was in action for his side, but Zubairu Fuseni scored in the derby. Partizan Belgrade versus Red Star Belgrade. It was Serbia. Former Kim Faisal player, Osambo Sushain. That's the boy you're watching now on the TV. Zubairu Fuseni or she goal. It was Serbia. Now in that same game, Ebenezer Annan, it's about 90 minutes at the Red Star Belgrade. It was Saki Senum. Yeah. Augustin Boachi, like I said, played in that St. Etienne game. Oko Greece and so Baba Rahman was in action in that game between PAOK and Olympiacos. And the Ghanaian players doing their best. Opoku played 45 minutes for Kasimpasa against Antalya Sport. Prince Obin Ampimbo 66 minutes. Edma AU Sport. Omulusu 3-1 to Besiktas. Joseph Atama played for Kezeri Sport. Abra Omushe Gotsepe 1-0. So Osman Bukari, he scored in the opening weekend of the MLS. Abra Austin Eshe Sporting Kansas. So Bukari scored the only goal. And Yaoyebo also making a debut for Los Angeles. Abra Omani Minnesota boy Omshe Minnesota Eka Bako. And he said yeah, Ghana Mranti be more than Boko. So that's Bukari. First game in the MLS season for Austin, and he scored the winning goal. And he and Komoka crash so I don't know. Nanedu. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You know, next month, yeah, but World Cup qualifier. Now you see these Ghanaian players performing like this for their respective clubs. I never come I realize the Ghanaian players abroad you did. And they say some names has been consistent every week out. Oh yeah, Ghanaian players abroad, and it looks like their performance keeps on improving. And I'm consistent in some of these games. One of them is our own Inaki Williams. I think who you top 3 Ghanaian performing players. Inaki Williams is one of them. The reason why I make us say the more now we born say enyan sunsan so ewo team no so. And of course, how a league log in the CFA corner, Neboa. But now, because we call the Spanish La Liga, the fourth place is up for grab between Omo and the Villarreal. But me, I can say, for Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, and the Barcelona, automatically they will get that slot. The fourth spot, unless someone decided to say, Omo my 5th slot in the Spanish La Liga. And I think that this year should be Bilbao's year. Points no many, and they are leading Villarreal by 4 points. So it tells you say between the other 4th and the other 5th, they are fighting for that particular 4 spots. They are the last Champions League place in the Spanish La Liga. And Inaki Williams and of course Nico Williams' performance they do something. So even though they are coach other players be a team but I feel say Inaki Williams' impact is one of them. And honestly, one of the few players are about multiple positions in that particular team. Obo say game or how from the right side, Ebu from the left, Ebu from behind, Ebu also about arrowhead for Bilbao. So I think you top 4 assists in the Spanish La Liga. Inaki Williams is one of them. So it tells you this particular season, we improve as a person, not for goal scoring alone, but as an assist. Inti Adeba me bompa say Otua de kwa proboy. Not necessarily say work or and modern money so any, but okay. The role now coaches need use more and how you bring that role into your national team to get the best out of these players very important. And say what team so a striker until buy another number 9. Look at the role now Obo currently for the club who see academy when it comes to the national team where you see the same thing so that is for Nath Williams. The same as our own Joseph Dubobo. And when we say Valladolid struggle. They played with Bilbao in Inaki Williams' team, yeah.
But he played.
He played at least on a minute to be boy.
Over 60.
Yes, Oba, I think that is the 3rd game at Obo.
Oba debut Obo.
Yes, in the general transfer window, Oba, why are consistent? Valladolid, even though Nkoye and Femo, that is the team our own Mohamed Salisu, Efrimo, Edeba England, Bessie Academy, Sadantin, and San Ode, and Ishemu, France, and Joseph Edu. enya bimbo e was Celta Vigo in recent times na January the low level even though team no quite almost struggle that at the relegation zone but I think say all but week out no so bema anytime bia no coaches benya daje ehu no say ko basse yen san for the be within the national team or no so ni impact no we felt in the Black Stars team oko France I was happy say oka Augustin Boache so asem
or get free bench be ball a Saint-Etienne game ni be
yes or no so one of the players I think so no so improve week in week out. There are games on no opportunity starting. There are games so free bench back. So also one of the players and they say going forward. No, this particular weekend we had this report to say there were an Egyptian clubs we are not looking for the service, but they say we would like to stay in Europe more. I think say also one of the players like I said this particular season no, also it may improve all on homebody and so and I think say I remember. The old names I tell me week out every week the English Premier League no. A clear example is Jordan Ayew. Jordan Ayew equal Leicester, even though Leicester air struggle no. Or also say one of the players are all fighting for that particular position no and Leicester struggle, but the up front no, there are a lot of players all fighting for position. El Canus is one of the players, Passing Dakar is one of the players, Jimmy Vardy is one of the players, and of course our own Jordan Ayew. Omunia fight. In fact, Mavididi is also there. And it's a Jordan elbow week in week out in the Leicester team to tell you how confident coach and friend Ruud van Nistelrooy in Jordan. So that makes me say the Ghanaian players abroad no. I'm happy about the way Ghana for players now you in recent times in the Black Stars team. Any other players they are aiming to get their chance into the Black Stars no. Omunia elbow but for Kudus Mohammed, what are doing this particular season. The best game our ball any, especially after Ghana failed to qualify for the Nations Cup. No, the best game I say Mohamed Kudus man the club. This particular weekend. In fact, he was my man of the match in the game at Arsenal and the West Ham boy. You know, he's the reason why I won. Lewis Kelly any the red card. He's one of the main brainer or jib ball now. They push Arsenal for defense. No, look a little bit shaky kaka. So like I said. Mohamed Kudus season where and shut down Koye and Fremano or the English Premier League. But make I say the best game I remember all the game against Arsenal. Some of these games now, no opportunity. You who PR and my very scout any other coaches are more witness the games in the English Premier League. Make I say, if we would need a player in that particular position, to my head and then any other top clubs, I will count on him. I say Mohamed Kudus, the best game, and it's a good time because now. Also from now to the day I bought the Ghana game against Chad and of course Madagascar now, there were barely 3 weeks. So when you see some of these Ghanaian players performing well for their team, and some of the games we are who big game like this are now the other half, no, a Ghanaian player like Thomas Partey is playing well about 90 minutes. The other half, Mohamed Kudus, just like how Egypt for Becca said, Mamouche and Mohamed Salah share in the same game. The Prince and the King. Yanso yedi umpo. Our best performing Ghanaian players from Joe Moody in recent times in our national team. No, Akoya Thomas Partey were consistent in the last decade for the Spanish La Liga and the English Premier League. Mohamed Kudus so buy here. This is a game like this. No, to me, you know who PR. One game by one tackle PR or the tackle Thomas Partey. Medium shame kakaba ninja na ye how obiebe buama the team no can connect with him. So I was happy about the Ghanaian players. No, on your boy Europe. Nana. Oloboy Commodore attach on the security issue. Many when you know any opportunity to try tuba. We spend close to 10 minutes at the gate to answer the room. Security arrangements are not my year before we remove the venue. Make us say ya the mekodia. That is a good thing. Baby, your kaya men in a yard 100%. It's the number and the identity. What on Adia de baby abonyon kan upo sanete. Adia de bia edu baby abonyon e ka ho. Enti efe. Say you a lot of police our various venue. But the same police but my adia bia o tena bi ku affect you. Enti upo se nipa we ya make say oh, you no get police almost say and they are to say, they are to say, they are to that. Obviously no call list so you know nipa or do say omo. But any man say police for 200. But we don't know the identity. BBC who will say a free wine. It's like the way I know boy and this example now about me na fair. Say on no pay say. Open the list of people omunye opportunity ayere ekọ ho no no hu nipa ban a ogina ha ene kwan a ogina ha. That is very important. But ni nyangen for na for say the security atuba am me opportunity ko hwe ye and the dra ekọ so the Lagos Sports Stadium no betuma ka say it's good for our game. Ologba wa doubt to say betuma continue from now to the end of the season because of say I started, but I'm hoping so the Football Association collaboration with the ESCO and Ghana Police betuma make sure from now to at least the end of the season, no security buyer at the top level when it comes to our games. So I was happy about the security issue arrangement on here for round of 16 FA Cup games across on this particular weekend. But I think say, Nana, teams never FA Cup no. Teams me and sa on free man. I am 1 year pa. Baby any Gold Stars, Accra House of Folk, and of course Media Man. What has baby any Gold Stars? I mean free one and some about has. I think say man pay the selection quote from Paul Manson at the ball game the way or starting game no with a 4-2-3-1 formation, a typical one top arrowhead. But I thought that I war against a division one side that you got to pick the win and secure your qualification. No, we do second half now. Opposite was goal. No, you at least include one additional striker. And I was sitting down with some of the people around the Ghana Gold Stars. They were not happy about the selection. They were there. They were not happy because they first said, "Oh, but against a division one side, what about the entire 45 minutes? Where would their strength and their weakness?" In fact, you rush stadium Honana Obi Kachina and say, "Well, at top division for when they played against Okoro United, they have a goalkeeper be a bencher, on exceptionally good in the post, by the straight air penalty shootout. Into a moment of bar, and then I hope some men say." So when tomorrow is go in the first 45 minutes and the entire 90 minutes, they will bring that goalkeeper in the last minute to come in the second half to make the difference. Yeah, who say you have 90 plus 3. Now coach in this goalkeeper the bemu. And report and I had 2 or 2 understand the records they say out of the 5 games or 3. And I'm going to sound on several occasions. So we rusted them how to be catching me. Yet to VIP how to be stand back here and check. Now senior journalist for the people want to keep my own coming. Will be one of the reasons why I come to this will qualify. Right. So obviously, your opponent you try to monitor opponents. I only equal still can know their strength and their weakness. And I will say, my member I come to this for Nabaso. One sheni ya own kasabuna more division 1, but it may be a signet here in the attempt division to qualify. Golden case. I'm by Kokobo. On my warning. So and fact say you get the free to by the Lagos Sports Stadium. They will go with their full strength and get the qualification. Now they come and realizing they say it looks like break now after the house kaka. Not enough preparation before the game against Golden Cake. And one head here, only be Kobana one that will say, "Oh, division 1 side, oh, experience. Most of your players, I got there a lot of experience in the Premier League. One thing I go with you, and that is what happened to House of Folk. I'm about the entire 45 minutes I go down by no. Only big team able. Not 45 minutes. Obian to mention ya. Am more confidence that me them in the second half. Make me result me pay. And that is what Golden Cake for the year. Eventually, in the ball game new year. But me have to folk the free man. I was not really surprised about Park Academy because Division 1 no more so your team back among body more so. So my member some of these teams are so praying. About team secure that qualification. Now come today and come with him. That's 30 seconds on the Black Queens. A good friendly. Me no opportunity. I want the tag friendly game ni kaka. Now, you share your goalkeeping department in the Black Queens team. Now, I'm sure I'm game against Zambia. Time and a Olympic game qualifying. I'm not too convinced about Norwest goalkeeping department. I think the same issue that happened here in the game in Morocco for the boy. Well, monitor the Black Queens, no. Even before Ken ever take you over. Now, the last 5 games are not Black Queens team, no more win only 1. So it means the first 10 games are not Obia struggle to beat Norwest Black Queens team. The story is different in its last 5 games. You can see there is some weakness within the Black Queens team. Inti came by them before say one area but to strengthen and some of the team not prepared for the outcome. Yes, I area no. So I realized that the goalkeeping department is a major problem within our Black Queens team. And I thought say going forward they will pick up from there. Let's see say after in that friendly match no. You better fair idea as to the kind of team are all prepared Akwa and I call the Afcon, but so far there, it's early stage. And said Uncle Chibia, all games by me and me and sign and I been calling him, they bet me a fair idea as to the team all boarded for the Afcon another one.
Thank you very much, Nanedu. So before Josiah comes in, because weekend Josiah was commentator for Max TV at the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League. In Tianfa results, a PMO weekend we Enfa MSum Etiephonia Shafua, one more any guso Max TV. So the Northern Zone results a PMO L Women's League, say NNT. Dreams Ladies 2, Prisons Ladies 0. Tamale Super Ladies 1, Fosu Royal Ladies 0. Supreme Ladies 0, Sabana Ladies 0. Shining Ladies, any Northern Ladies, Ebebonne. Na ampem da kwa so ni Kumasi Sports Academy, Wumuso Abonne. Na Uba Southern Zona, Faith Ladies, any Army Ladies, Ebo 1-1. Soccer Intellectuals, Tnaoma, Jonina Ladies, Eshe 3-0. Halifax Queens, Eshe Berry Ladies, 3-1. Please, any Azakes, Ebo 1-1. Epiphany Warriors, Esuni Ladies Strikers, Ebo 1-1. And in the Women's Premier League, Koso, Kama. Obia any DHA weekend be games are live on Max TV. Josiah.
Mr. Dakwa. Interesting results from both Northern Zone and Southern Zone of the Women's Premier League. I think say with the Northern Zone it's all done and dusted. Because Oshe Ampem Dakwa for almost strength on level of quality and competitiveness on what they want. I think say they do not have any challenge over there. I'm looking at the Southern Zone and I see say a whole a bit very, very intensely interesting with 6 more games to go. Now to the Ghanaian players abroad. I wouldn't say there was a good weekend for our players plying their trade in Europe, especially the top 5 leagues now. And once again, Inaki Williams, they just keep tearing apart defenses in the Spanish La Liga. And Osha, I think that with Nico, no, the Baoka tried to manage his time because injury kaka esheno. And he doesn't even exceed more than 60-65 minutes on the pitch. But for Inaki, it was another good game. Because to add up to the tally of goals and assists for the season, it tells you what a remarkable season he's having with Bilbao. And the only sad part of our players thriving and putting up such top level performances, we don't see them replicate the same sort of performance. Bomber, the Black Stars, Ayana acquiring. We see them more for more club sides now we see the kind of confidence somebody heading at the ball. But I know the root cause of the issue are so more Black Stars now na say ball no but for Inaki your best player so far 2024-25 season in Europe. I think say I would go for Inaki. Say you can't play a ball pan with Europe this season pan there. I know that Semenyo for Bournemouth Oshomo exploits this season, but we can't take away what Inaki Williams is doing for Bilbao. And Oshomo also are they on the verge of qualification or qualifying to the UEFA Champions League next season. Oshe baby and Oshe La Liga table here. They're only 6 points behind Barcelona. The only 6 points behind Barcelona. And I quite say because Osha, I think Barcelona on 54, Madrid 54, 53 for Atletico Madrid, and then 48 for Bilbao. So it tells you that this season and it will be nice seeing them this season. Who Ghanaians be UEFA Champions League? Sadly, last season I think who was it? Salis Bokaka last season for Lens. Yeah.
final for no. Almost man in mobile.
Yes, because
almost game something in ball.
Yeah, they gave him the chance. You know, not obo. No more man a chance. Don't him say he's not the only player of fee Brighton. Jacob Moda, Muna. There, I think 3 players. Three of them no more fee Brighton. But I also feel say the alcohol no. Na yen feel say Farnord would have been a perfect place for him to continue with his development.
I think it's a perfect
a change of management.
Also, one break it team, but hopefully he's going to come good because Van Persie is taking the job.
And I mean, once sometimes yes, some management pay players be, and Osman is one of them because right from you think so you are going to work with this manager, there you go, and unfortunately, manager already team the man or should I yes sir.
Right.
So it will definitely affect him. But the good thing is now he's still young, and like you said, you never know. Maybe with Van Persie, he might see something in the boy that would even push him to what. To play him week in, week out. And for me, Nana, I believe, say, if you're a player, you have a chance, you need to take it. Especially as a young player like that. So you need to take it. The terrain is quite new. So I just say, but now there's no much difference between ball or Scandinavia, Netherlands, Denmark, Norway, near Kosovo, Netherlands. No, I think it's the same brand of football. They all play like open football. So we'll just be hoping, say, at least with a new manager being confirmed, no, Ibrahim Osman, Nana bit me ask saying minute, Kaka, because he said the minute no cramba. First the guy no about 50, 55, 60, as the nephew. He said yeah, or the bench na yapon. And Nana, I think the same applies to Mohamed Kudus. From David Moyes, where he had one of his best seasons in Europe, all of a sudden to Lopetegui, and I formed this wedding. It's say Graham Potter, and as I that's why the first one she go over the weekend one she go no. Obia say like he put up a good performance. It was a wonderful performance from him. So what I say, me I feel say Adiabakwa Hakudus they say Nana numbers not drop it. And let's not forget say 5-game ban that's why the ban no. Sorry, affecting no kakra. Sa Obekaya in November or course survey sa 5-game suspension for violent conduct. No, I also feel say Nana and also affecting it. Kakaba it was nice seeing him in action, and at certain times Oshana on the party dwells bakubi and the pay cry him the West Ham for cry a posty the movie or yeah on party which was it was a very very wonderful mover or we would want to see him back because Kudus in his first season, Nana, he was scoring studies. Then all of a sudden, Kudus goes quiet, which tells you they say there was something wrong. I wouldn't say it has to do with the player because you would say David Moyes, Nana, defensive. But trust me, the Western boys really enjoyed their time under David Moyes. The likes of Jared Bowen, Mikel Antonio, Mo Kudus himself, not just domestically but then also in Europe. Nana, he was scoring goals for fun. Obekaya, Onya 2 goals. The goals mienu. And Nana, you nominate here for goal of the year at the CAF Awards. Sure. So we can
the Freiburg and the Caesar kick
against City. Then all of a sudden, this guy is not even able to score. And from last season, he was by far Europe's finest dribbler. Ocean and numbers, the number of dribbles are completely in a game. It tells you, but as a bit deep, kaka. And we'll be hoping so. But for some, me can't be. Europa. Players no do a PM and the competitive nature of leagues no more bonintino. Ama uko PM Serbia. One share now uko PM in that unless nana ye lucky was our department. If not for that, then I think they say you break into the team. That's one thing I've noticed. Now to the FA Cup. Interesting result, but hard to work. I think I wanted to make a case for them. So 3 weeks. Now training Now all of a sudden, you catch us here 1 week say prep in FA Boboa. Now we spoke about the advantage the Division 1 sides would have because they were competitively playing their games. They were in action. Even when Premier League no call we now omugusu airball. And you look at the fact almost Division 1 sides will be a winning over Premier League sides. So should tell you it's evident. Say kudos to the teams that were able to through them. Yes, almost team meaning say definitely will win. And I also home support
the fan base.
And I think they've really done very well. And kudos to Bekum Chelsea. Nana 4-1 tells you no was.
Okay, we'll do messages and phone lines at the same time. Cocoa praises brilliant analysis from Nanedu on the Serie A title race. Lautaro is the first foreign player to score 10 plus goals in 6 different Serie A seasons for Inter. Como did well by keeping Inter's trophy aspirations alive with their 2-1 victory over Napoli. Forza Inter, Solomon Kweku Apre. Okay, where's to say for not letting Jose land. Well, we'll go again tomorrow. You were talking about your foreign submission. Lone Wolf, we hear you. Where's to say good morning, and in fact, I really appreciate your work. I've learned one thing from you: the way and manner you talk. In fact, thank you. Gracias. Regards to JDM and your adorable lady Mavis, champion life boy, best dress, Nungwa Zongo. Hello.
Hey, Nanadakwa.
Yes, sir.
Where the only one thing complete.
What that's a swabber?
Oh, Nana, that is a FA Cup, no. One is a show, and I just will be a new beer. To the Moka put in the non official. You or my idea, but Asante Kotoko, but in the so Yamini pass and the Matisse Kotoko see. Say, leading, say, yes, I don't understand in everything. But yes, major some of that one, or motion. And you didn't even have police, as I said, leading start here, your also. Yes, remove some media one on the strong, this my not give me a queen with us.
Eradi Shaw. Yes, sir, Darcy. Hello.
Another Kwajesi.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Brajo, you knew what me and what.
Brajo, yeah, that's a so about it too.
Another Kwame bomb in our Basso studio, Michel and Ned, no, I Josiah. I do another home baby.
Debut.
Last weekend, and they'll be him say Liverpool last 2 results now, Benty. Or they call Arsenal so well close to have on yes and we can analysis in the say an echo.
Aye.
I'm going to more so Maza catch your much bet and say Arsenal they so only the 10 points go move and go to bed so much late. On the the Dortmund almost to be on her last day lead the crowd almost a team for perform. Until Liverpool they any man echo. Aha, yes, Rubia any man echo. At the same time, so no FA Cup no. In a young echo. In the teams are casino, superiority or teams and get on so. And I will be able to say a team P20 made me machine easy. But matter partners nature. In 11 nature. Best has to folk. Kotoko, maybe a Kotoko, my master has I say you can be superiority or league in one Ghana Hanum. But the FA Cup was a fine shocking woman day, but we don't the Division 1 team winner out to me you for me that. I want to tell me. Because I say, as is the way in the city, but not connect African because Yaka, Legan, so well, it seems they compete in a dozen. If you ever say, answer food, come home. But the also when you want any time you should be an very sure among.
Yeah, that's it. Brajo, Yamin Shabby Bray. Hello. Good morning.
One man new.
One man patch that's a so about it too.
And I'm going.
Radia don't patch me here.
And I saw the other side. Now, somebody is one league for team and one person so much of team for when I just say, yeah, they would be one. And now, maybe one some kind of cracker and from a coach and CK. Never be one a course.
CK, why then? Fakwa utie no. No correspond. Say yenka na asem wa mpacho. Why?
Yo, Martin.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's good morning, Nana. Josiah always says Haaland does nothing for the team except his goals, but the last 2 games just proves him wrong. City has no attacking threat without Haaland. About Napoli, they're only playing in one competition, knocked out of Coppa Italia already, while Inter have UCL to also focus on. Conte needs to do better. The rotation excuse isn't valid. Godwin, Ewo, Tema. Hello.
Hello.
Fabu.
Yeah,
that's in Yamisha Swaba. You said that Maja Tumzam Bobo Bono, Jimo Ye answer.
I don't want it. I come on, you know. If we are, what was I ready? They are ready for FA Cup and see many quam.
And Kitwani Minimi Akasifono.
Well, my visa, one also. When I saw classmate for you every more. I'm a visa for the first time.
I go to kick near house for the classmates.
I don't know, classmate. No, I tell some couple of one. One couple. Oh, classmate, now you are good. And I want the open funds. I leave this one. You don't bet to me, you know, next year. Yeah, yes, I tell you,
all right. Yeah, that's Nyamin Kaon Fabu. We're grateful. Good morning, NDG and your crew. We thank Jao for another day. This is Mazi Okoro inside 37 DVLA Police Barracks. Please ask Josiah what Pep has done to him. In fact, has Pep told him that he's tired and he needs to rest in coaching? Nah. All right. Hello. Seydou Adams, Dr. Sikasem, Seydou Adams from King Kenso, Seydou Adams. Hey, Kempo Adam for Bakupe. Papa, me koda ene sanda obium. St. Philip's any Nelly's phones 80. South Susan yes we pese catch obia say upese oyi utia. Na uti down now we for Dr. Sikasem.
No, brutal. Bronze so chia papa.
Okay.
Na na me mama baso e odwuma bi hwehwe ma mode amaye anopa wiei. Uhwe ma MTN FA Cup no wo mu di match no bibi akoso kama. Tu se bambo no frɛ mu busaye. Bambo no koyi papa. Sa nya hwehwe we league no. Ade bi de pepepe yo ya na se do obegye no wɔ kwa. Tu so kogina mo nanim no wɔ kwa. Tu so okonko de abo man no. Bete duba bi ase kokko asa ne niam bi kuntura se ni afa ho ne agi league no kogina Africa na nem guase poto ne de aba ke be se do mu di MTN FA Cup na e kon kan no ama nketo ano me na kese no saa so na league no nkom blom se de be ya ne ma betimi akon kan de ama ye na mpempi ni to tu ne ma basa na ne ma nkoya nana e ne ma bi ya ne ha adwen ke be se ya tutu ne ma ye ne esi football ne betimi ya ama na ya kono se de abrofo na ye no because now we Ghana players you more for him. If you move on more you, but you move the blue your blast and na jebu. You have pa bon to tell much said don't bag Ghana ha. Any man bet you akon. Na only yakubo nya jwa.
I miss Shabby Seydou Adams from King Ken. So final caller, wrap up. Hello.
Hello.
Yes sir.
So good morning.
Bishop Baye das so abayi you.
Yeah, my phone say.
Yes so adum.
Yeah, my first time my friend Massive in
Yami Shaw ya das.
Your feminist me kasa fi Akuti.
Gomwa Akoti.
Gomwa Akuti.
Pacho yeti ya das.
We dey pacho na person yi say Semenyo say no wa say go say.
Semenyo.
Semenyo yeah. Bomb off.
Joda Bepamos is here. Before we wrap up, we'll get it for you.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he's done 10 goals. Okay. Charlie, yeah, that's you. Why? Nyamisha, bra. Okay. All right. Nyamin count. What's it? Yeah, that's it. They be afraid. Yeah, was it with no strikers and injuries to Arsenal's forward players? They can't charge to compete with Liverpool for the title. We the Arsenal fans know that already. It's not the stubbornness of Arteta, but it's the board and owners not releasing money to buy players. And Slot didn't build anything, no. Oh, really? I'm sorry, I couldn't read all your messages on WhatsApp. Thank you very much to Daniel Osewusu. We've seen all of them. We'll come back tomorrow, do justice to it. Thank you, Nanedu. Thank you, Josiah. Production led by Tony Bebley, The Boy, Michael and Daniel, PK, Director James, Godwin, Patrick, Ben, Philip, Womu, NO, MCR, Emma Jumedini Bear Krabeshe, Emmanuel Jima, Lawrence Canete, Womu Nina Eboy, Emma Jumedino, Eye Krabeshe. Antoine Semenyo is on 7 goals for Bournemouth this season. So that's your answer. Antoine Semenyo, it was 7 goals. Yeah, that Max Bayasi, Techno Mobile, Kivo Foods, Esu Taichi, your friend